In light of some recent videos that I've done concerning the obsession with performance, as well as the countless messages and questions I've received from folks asking about the longest lasting fragrances that they should buy, regardless of scent. I'm going to be sharing 10 fragrances in my collection that not only perform well, and by perform well I mean they last a long time. They may not all be room fillers, but
who really needs that?
But they also smell fantastic and interesting. Now keep in mind that a majority of these fragrances are going to be coming from niche brands, because niche brands are known to create more concentrated fragrances. It's that simple. We have a few designer exceptions here and there. I don't have a ton of them, but I think I have at least one here on the list. So let's dive right into it. These are in no particular order. First one up here is one I haven't talked about in a while. And it is one that seems to be hard to find for some reason, but if you can get your hands on a sample, please do check it out. This is coming from Penhaligon's, and this is called Halfeti Cedar. I think they released this one last year, 2 years ago maybe. I think it was in 2020. I cannot wait to wear this for the fall time. Yes, you can wear any fragrance anytime, but for me, the scent personality, the identity of this fragrance screams fall and winter, but mostly fall. There's a warm, spicy, woody quality that is made very sweet and mouth-watering from some dried fruits, from some rum. It's a little bit pruny in a way from those dried fruits. It is thick, it is very dry and woody, and it's a little bit earthy, and it is just an incredible fragrance that functions well as a nighttime scent. It is a little bit more upscale, but there's something really cozy about it too. I think you can wear it on a casual night in as well. I love this stuff. I've been talking about it since I got it. And yes, this was sent to me by the brand a couple years back, as with several of these fragrances. So just getting that out the way. But I talk about what I love, and this is one that I love. I think some of you who have tried it will agree. That is Penhaligon's Halfeti Cedar. Coming from Nishane Ani, no stranger to many of you. I could have chosen several from the brand because they tend to make some very highly concentrated, strong fragrances, but I chose this one. Ironically enough, I don't talk about it quite as much as the others, even though this one is maybe like the second most talked about Nishane Ani on YouTube besides Hachivat. This is Ani. This is a beautiful, warm, sweet, ambery, vanilla-like fragrance. A little bit of a slight freshness in there, a little bit of like an almost orangey brightness up top, but it mostly becomes sweet and warm and resinous and creamy and just simply gorgeous. Cecile Zrokin is the perfumer here. I've been talking about cool weather scents so far. You can see what I actually want right now. It's hot. I'm ready for the cold. Anyway, that is Ani from Nishane Ani. Let me know if you like this one. All right, let's switch gears. This is a little bit of a preview to a fragrance that thrives in the summertime. This is coming from a black-owned brand known as Mmasi, and this is one of their 2 fragrances that they have. This one is for men. I have the one for women, which I'll be talking about in an upcoming video with Gris in addition to this one, and I'll give you more info about it. But this is a preview to Into Me for Him. And this is their men's flagship. All I can say about this is that it surprised me. I was not expecting the wearing experience I got out of it. It is an everyday scent. It's something that it's easy to wear. You can wear it anytime, anywhere. It has great quality. It has this beautiful lingering quality to the scent in the air, and it stays on the skin a long time. It is both very fresh, but also quite sexy. That's all I'm gonna say about it. If you wanna know more, do stay tuned for an upcoming video. Rob will be talking about Into Me for Him by Mmasi. How about this presentation too? All right, up next, we're coming from an indie brand here. This is Untamed Perfumes. I've talked about several of their fragrances already. Wow, and this is one of the newest ones. This is called Blackbird. This is definitely something I would save for the fall and winter. The way I would describe this is it's both warm and cool at the same time, sweet, resinous, sticky, and woody, and a little bit smoky too. You do get some spices kicking it off. There's a heart of rose that is pretty prominent. It's kind of a jammy rose, so it's on the thick, kind of juicy side of things. That's kind of fruity in a way, but ultimately it gets pretty dry and woody and resinous. But ironically enough, there's a lot of elements working together and they kind of dance in and out, but it doesn't change all that much on my skin and completely turn into something else, even with all these ingredients, but they work together beautifully. It comes together as something that's very natural smelling, very calming, but also kind of versatile. If you love it, you can wear it almost anywhere while it's cool. Perfectly unisex as well. Do check out Untamed Perfumes. They might even have a little discount running. I'll see. I'll link whatever I can down below. Coming from a Greek brand known as Manos Gerakinis, the only fragrance from them that I have, but I've tried a couple others that I have loved. One of them I think is called Immortelle, stunning scent. I need to revisit my sample, but the bottle I have is called Omen. This is a very unique fragrance. Very different, but totally wearable. Imagine a spicy, leathery apple with this kind of dark, tarry, smoky background. That background is just that. It is in the background, but it is a supporting player. But you mostly get saffron with apple and leather. Very interesting mix, but again, a lot more going on to make it very unique, and it is a very strong fragrance. So if you like unique and if you like long lasting, I would definitely dress this up more elegantly when it's not too warm. I'd say this is a 3-season fragrance. I'd wear it in the spring, I'd wear it in the fall, and I'd wear it in the winter. I would avoid it in the summertime. But do get you a sample of Omen. It is in no way a bad thing. It's a beautiful scent. It is a little bit challenging though if you're not used to it. Check it out. We have an old favorite here. You guys know how much I love this. And when I do talk about it, I also have to talk about how well it performs. If you're looking for a long lasting, easy to wear, easily accessible oud fragrance, very westernized oud. We got to talk about Oud Galore from Chris Collins. Oud and rose, yes, but buttery medicinal oud. It's like the oud you get out of oud wood from Tom Ford, but perhaps maybe a little bit smoother in a way. It's made buttery again by way of orris. It has a bit of a warm spiciness from cinnamon, and that rose is sweet and on the jammy side. Simply luxurious. It is expensive and it smells expensive. I do believe this is one of those fragrances that you get what you pay for, but get you a sample. Get a discovery set from the brand if you haven't already. Check out Oud Galore or any of the fragrances from Chris Collins. We have a designer fragrance here. This is coming from Cartier, one of my favorite designer brands. I'm actually gonna give this one a spray. This is called Déclaration Parfum. And this is a flanker to the famed Déclaration from the 1990s. And they captured that magic. Fresh, spicy, bitter orange, cardamom, woods, lots of vetiver, and cumin as well. So it has this very polarizing, spicy quality to it that's very culinary smelling. And they take that and they made it richer. It smells the way it looks. There's a resinous quality here. It is more leathery. It is woodier, it's balsamic, but it still has that fresh, spicy, bitter orange magic that kind of makes the original what it is, but it is just deepened here for the fall and winter. So elegant, but you gotta like cumin. You gotta like cumin, otherwise you're not gonna like it. But I absolutely love this stuff, stunningly composed. Check out Cartier Déclaration Parfum. The whole line is great, but I have yet to actually try the newest one. I have to check it out. All right, let's talk about Odyon. Have you ever heard of this brand? They are based out of Dubai. They sent me this fragrance recently and they claimed that it was a really strong scent. That wasn't enough to sell me, but I did want to try it just to get my hands on something a little bit more traditionally Middle Eastern. I'm trying to smell more of those fragrances. And I gotta say, I was really surprised by this. Yes, it's very strong, but it smells amazing. This is called Scorpion Intense. This is basically an oud rose. It has a fruity quality from some berries. It's a little bit cooling, smoky from incense, but it is a quite robust oud that is no way fecal or animalic, but it is dry and it's a little bit dark. Beautiful blend here, sexy, elegant fragrance that I think anyone could wear if it's not too hot, and if you want to dress it up a little bit, that makes it even better. I'm enjoying this stuff. Again, I didn't know how I was going to feel about it, and they made these claims and they were telling me these things and I'm like, that's not what I'm about, but let's see what the scent is about. I gotta say, I can't deny the scent is great. We have a little discount code. I think you can maybe get 10% off. I don't remember what the code is exactly, but it will be down in the description or it will be on screen because future Justin, I'm sure, will take care of it.
Oh, you're sure? You're sure I'll take care of it? Kind of like your arrogance. I'm not gonna take care of it.
Never mind.
Just playing, guys. Here's the code. Have at it.
One of the newest from BDK, I know they have another one that they've released recently, but this one I have been loving. I wore this the other day and it was a cloud around me for at least 7, 8, 9 hours. I was smelling it clearly the entire time. Grace was loving it on me. This is called Gris Charnel Extrait. This is one of the few fragrances that you could call kind of an upgrade to its original. This is a flanker of the original Gris Charnel, which is phenomenal. But by update, I wouldn't say that it makes the original obsolete. The two stand side by side. You could honestly own both. If you love the scent profile, if you love the DNA of it, then this is a great one for the nighttime or for the cooler weather. It's more on the sandalwood dry side of things in addition to that black tea and that fig. It's creamy sweet in a vanilla-like way, but this one is more on the dry, dusty, dark sandalwood side of things as it dries, whereas the original is a little bit more bright and fruity and maybe more versatile, which is better for the warmer weather. So you could have both. If you like the DNA, you can have it all year round with both. But if you want to just pick one, if you're looking for cool weather or for the darker version, or maybe even the more characteristically masculine version, I do recommend the Extrait version. This is fantastic. Again, great performance and smells amazing top to bottom. And finally, the final fragrance here is a new one to me. This is coming from a brand called Moresque, which I had the pleasure of trying months ago. I tried one of their fragrances called Seta, and I really enjoyed that. And I ended up getting this one, and this is basically a clone. I've tried a few of them so far, and I have to say that I was a little surprised to find a lot of similarities between their fragrances and some others. I actually have a video that I filmed about that in regards to niche perfume brands creating inspired by or clone fragrances. That rubs people the wrong way. It might come out after this, we'll see about it, but nonetheless, I'm blabbing. This is from Moresque. Yet again, this is called White Duke. I didn't know what to expect from this. I sprayed it on and I was immediately reminded of something. I was like, this is familiar, but I felt like I was liking it more than what it was reminding me of, at least by a little bit. I finally figured it out. This smells like Interlude Man from Amouage, but it's a fresher version. It's a more herbal, fresher version of Interlude Man. It is that cooling, dark, resinous, sweet incense. It's woody, but here there's a little bit of this slightly herbal quality, I think from clary sage, which also might contribute to some sweetness. Nonetheless, it wears pretty complex on the skin, but perhaps a little bit easier and more transparent than Interlude Man. And it's something I would wear when it's not terribly hot because it is so strong. It is almost too strong, at least for me. I sprayed it only 2 times and I was afraid I was choking people out.
It had me at the throat.
But it smelled wonderful. I did enjoy it myself. These can be pretty expensive. Do not blind buy them. This was sent to me, but I can easily say do not go out and buy this bottle. Get you a sample if you can, please. But Moresque is a brand I'm diving a little bit more into. I have a few others that I'm enjoying and getting to know, but this is the one that made this video. That is White Duke. Let me know if you've tried it down below. All right, that's it. I don't have much else to say. Let me know if you've tried any of these fragrances. Let's talk about it. There's going to be links in the description if you want to try any of them in some form or fashion. And thank you so much for tuning in. Peace. I'll see you in the next one.